सांब सदा शिव नमः शिवाय
सांब सदा शिव नमः शिवाय
गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय नमः शिवाय
शंकर नमः शिवाय
भवानी शंकर नमः शिवाय
भवानी शंकर नमः शिवाय
भवानी शंकर नमः शिवाय
भवानी शंकर नमः शिवाय
लिंगोद्भव कर साई मनोहरा लिंगोद्भव कर साई
सदा शिव नमः शिवाय
गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय
गिरिजा शंकर नमः शिवाय
भवानी शंकर नमः शिवाय
भवानी शंकर नमः शिवाय
लिंगोद्भव कर सा
पन्नगशयना कलियवतारा पन्नगशयना कलियवतारा नारायण हरि नारायण हरि परम निरंजन निरजनयना परम निरंजन निरजनयना साईश्वराय हरि सत्य साईश्वराय हरि बुद्धि प्रदायक पाप विनाशक बुद्धि प्रदायक पाप विनाशक सत्य सनातन तुम हो सत्य सनातन तुम हो दीनानाथ हे प्रभु परमेश्वर दीनानाथ हे प्रभु परमेश्वर करुणा सागर तुम करुणा सागर तुम पन्नगशयना कलियवतारा नारायण हरि परम निरंजन निरजनयना साईश्वराय हरि बुद्धि प्रदायक पाप विनाशक सत्य सनातन तुम हो दीनानाथ हे प्रभु परमेश्वर करुणा सागर तुम हो जगशयना कलियवतारा
माता महेश्वरी त्रिभुवन जननी माता महेश्वरी त्रिभुवन जननी माता महेश्वरी त्रिभुवन जननी माता महेश्वरी त्रिभुवन जननी प्रेममयी सत्य साई जननी सत्य साई प्रेममयी सत्य साई जननी सत्य साई शिव मनमोहिनी पाप विनाशिनी शिव मनमोहिनी पाप विनाशिनी शिव मनमोहिनी पाप विनाशिनी वेद कलामयी कल्याणदायिनी वेद कलामयी कल्याणदायिनी वेद कलामयी कल्याणदायिनी वेद कलामयी जगदोधारी परती नारायणी जगदोधारिणी परती नारायणी प्रेममयी सत्य साई जननी सत्य प्रेममयी सत्य साई जननी माता महेश्वरी त्रिभुवन जननी माता महेश्वरी प्रेममयी सत्य साई जननी सत्य शिव मनमोहिनी पाप विनाशिनी शिव मनमोहिनी पाप विनाशिनी वेद कलामयी कल्याणदायिनी वेद कलामयी कल्याणदायिनी
गोविंद कृष्ण विठ्ठला वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण विठ्ठला वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण विठ्ठला वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण विठ्ठला रंग रंग विठ्ठला जय पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला जय पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला जय पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला गोविंद विठ्ठला गोपाल विठ्ठला गोविंद विठ्ठला गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला गोविंद कृष्ण विठ्ठला वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला जय पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला जय पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला गोविंद विठ्ठला गोपाल विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला पांडुरंग विठ्ठला पंढरीनाथ विठ्ठला विठ्ठल विठ्ठल पांडुरंगा 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 गोविंद कृष्ण विठ्ठला वेणुगोपाल कृष्ण विठ्ठला
भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा भालनेत्र शूलधारी साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा प्रतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा प्रतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा भालने त्रिशूलधारी साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा सामगान प्रियकरा साई शंकरा हर 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 शिव शंभो नटन शेखरा प्रतिवास साई देव साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा साई शंकरा सत्य साई शंकरा भस्मभूषितांग साई चंद्रशेखरा
हम सब मिलकर मंगल गाए 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 साई भगवान सत्य साई भगवान साई भगवान सत्य साई भगवान सत्य साई भगवान सत्य साई भगवान सब सुख जीवन 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 साई भगवान सब दुख हरणा 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 साई भगवान सत्य स्वरूप साई भगवान सत्य स्वरूप साई भगवान सत्य स्वरूप साई भगवान परते निवासे साई भगवान परते निवासे साई भगवान हम सब मिलकर मंगल
Offering our reverential salutations to Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, elders and guests, brothers and sisters gathered here, and everyone joining us live from around the world, Sai Ram and good evening. As another calendar year goes by, and we embark on a new day, a new year, a new chapter of opportunities, learnings, and progress, to better ourselves in more ways, we wish everyone a very happy New Year 2026. We will commence the program with invocation by Vedic girl students. They will chant verses from the Kathopanishad.
श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः श्रेयश्च प्रेयश्च मनुष्यमेतस्तौ सम्परीत्य विविनक्ति धीरः श्रेयो हि धीरोऽभिप्रेयसो वृणीते प्रेयो मन्दो योगक्षेमाद् श्रवणायापि बहुभिर्यो न लभ्यः शृण्वन्तोऽपि बहवो यन्न विद्युः आश्चर्यो वक्ता कुशलोऽस्य लब्धा आश्चर्यो ज्ञाता कुशलानुशिष्टः न जायते म्रियते वा विपश्चिन्नायं कुतश्चिन्न बभूव कश्चित् अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणो न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे अणोरणीयान् महतो महीयान् आत्मास्य जन्तोर्निहितो गुहायाम् तमः क्रतुः पश्यति वीतशोको धातुः प्रसादान् महिमानमात्मनः नायमात्मा प्रवचनेन लभ्यो न मेधया न बहुना श्रुतेन यमेवैष वृणुते तेन लभ्यस्तस्यैष आत्मा विवृणुते तनूगस्वाम् उत्तिष्ठत जाग्रत प्राप्य वरा निबोधत क्षुरस्य धारा निशिता दुरत्यया दुर्गं पतस्तत्कवयो वदन्ति यदा सर्वे प्रमुच्यन्ते कामायेस्य हृदि श्रिताः अथ मर्त्योऽमृतो भवत्यत्र ब्रह्म समश्नुते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु।
We begin with a brief recap. December 25th was observed in India as Good Governance Day, marking the 101st birth anniversary of Bharat Ratna awardee Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, honoring his enduring legacy of principled leadership and service to the nation. A special program was organized by Nada Prabhu Kempe Gowda Foundation at Bangalore University, for which Sadhguru was invited as a chief guest for the inaugural session. The program brought together academicians, policymakers, and education leaders to deliberate on curriculum reform, the future of public universities, and the role of EdTech and AI in fostering inclusive growth. Gracing the occasion were Dr. C. N. Ashwath Narayan, former Education Minister of Karnataka, and Professor Krishna Gowda, President of the Foundation. After inaugurating the EdTech exhibition stalls, the formal program was held at the auditorium. In his address, Sadhguru spoke of how the doctrine of dharma has always guided governance in India since ancient times. Since the audience comprised several educationists, vice chancellors, and senate members, he stressed on the role and requirement of values-based education for today's youth. With the world's largest youth population, it is imperative to ensure they are molded into individuals of character so as to shape them into responsible citizens who will lead lives of ethics and morals. On this joyous occasion, we are happy to share that Prashanti Balamandira Trust has once again been recognized and assigned an NGO grading of 1A, reflecting the highest delivery capability and high organizational capability. This is the second consecutive year of receiving the highest grade for a non-government organization by Care Edge Analytics and Advisory Limited. As the first Thursday of the month and the year, Anjaneya Homa was performed at all of our educational institutions. These are a few pictures from the various campuses. At the Veda Pathshala, Purnahuti was offered in Sadhguru's divine presence. In his address, Swami spoke of the role played by Hanuman in Lord Rama's mission. In order to become close to God, he said one must become either his friend or his servant so that he remembers us. As in the case of Hanuman, Dasya Bhakti, a servant of God, leads to Sakya Bhakti, a friend of God, ultimately leading to Atmanivedanam. He also said, just as Hanuman identified his relationship to Rama in 3 ways, Swami advised everyone to follow the same. While discharging our duties, the idea of Dasoham, in his presence during satsangs, Twadamshakaha, a spark of himself, and during our personal sadhana in solitude, Twamevaham, the experience of oneness with our Atma Rama. 2025, for umpteen reasons, has been an incredible year for all of us. In his New Year discourse last year, Swami gave us a mantra for the year, that is to be divine and do divine. And so it has been, a year of growth and unprecedented expansion of the mission, while also a time of deep reflection and self-growth for each of us. The first half of the year had many memorable events: the One World, One Family cricket match, the annual sports and cultural meet of our educational institutions, Sadhguru's travels around the world, inspiring, guiding, and blessing people and institutions across countries, the retreat at Kodaikanal, and many more. The second half of the year witnessed the once-in-a-lifetime event with the centenary celebration of Bhagwan Baba's Advent, which was undoubtedly the biggest highlight of the year. The World Cultural Festival brought together 100 countries united in love, harmony, and service. Even as we celebrated art, music, and oneness, the Ashtavakra classes enabled us to delve within, to explore and empty ourselves of the unwanted, to experience and embrace our true divine identities. We now have a video showcasing glimpses of the year that went by, 2025. May we have the video, please? We now move on to a special segment marking the year-end review of Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. In a short span of just 3 years, the institution has made giant strides, whether it is adopting best care practices, world standards in process and management, delivering compassionate care to patients with state-of-the-art technology through robotics, endoscopy, and AI, enabling healthcare delivery at the doorstep through our outreach programs and Sai Swasthya Wellness Centers, partnerships and collaborations forged, the list is simply endless. Nearly 1,000 faculty, staff, and volunteers are part of this glorious healthcare mission, which is poised to only further expand its services with the new centenary block. Today, nearly 400 undergraduate students are receiving medical education in varied programs of MBBS, nursing, allied health sciences, mental health sciences at no charge whatsoever. With the commencement of the MD program, the first batch of postgraduate students across 16 clinical and non-clinical departments are also set to join us very soon. We now have a brief video of the incredible journey of Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research over the past year and its indelible impact on countless lives. The video, please.
Truly, this hospital is a divine hospital, which is being divine, it's doing the divine work. But to build this culture of compassion, genuine compassion, that is something that is unique to our institution. This is not being doctor and doing doctor. This is not being nurse and doing nursing. This is being divine and doing divine. And this is why I'm very proud of everybody at our hospital.
First batch of students came out. Whoever attends this core program, it's like a preliminary examinations what we conduct, and the pass percentage is close to 98% above.
The industry leaders together under this roof to sign a historic MOU which has never happened in the history of India so far, to bring all insurance companies which are under GIC to work on a common empanelment program to the medical students. You are a part of the mission. The moment you become a student, you're already a part of the mission. It's like when you're born in India, you already become an Indian citizen.
I invite on stage Dr. Kanwaljit Anand, Director of Medical Education and Research, to present a report on the growth and milestones achieved across departments over the last 1 year. He has previously served as Professor and Head of Department of Pediatrics at Stanford School of Medicine, USA. Dr. Anand, please.
Offering our most loving collective salutations at the lotus feet of our Divine Master, Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. respected elders, my colleagues, friends, dear students. It is indeed a great honor and a privilege to be in the presence of a divine master and to work with his blessings and his grace, to invoke his divine grace on all of us. I will recite from the Mool Mantra, the very first prayer given by Guru Nanak. Ik oankar satnam karta purak nirpaho nirvair akal murat ajuni saipang gur prasad jap ad sach jugad sach hai bhi sach nanak hosi bhi sach. Our role as healthcare professionals, no matter which discipline we work in, which specialty we represent, is to transform lives through compassionate healthcare and education. We are deeply committed and consider this Sadhguru's blessing and his mercy on us to extract us from the ocean of Maya where we were drowning and to give us this opportunity to work, to serve, to take care of simply the garments of God in the form of our patients, and all the countless lives that His grace allows us to have some minimal impact on. Our core strengths are coming from this spiritual foundation that He has given, with a high degree of flow of patients from diverse backgrounds, diverse areas, from across the country and even across the world, to provide a framework for this integrate the prayers, the trillions of prayers that were answered, the moments of caring, deeply caring, the little things, being sincere for those little things that make a big difference in the experience of our patients, our families, and even our employees, our colleagues in the hospital. You know, our NICU has served more than 2,200 patients with complex problems, having the intestines, not within the belly but outside the belly, exchange transfusions, major surgeries like tracheoesophageal fistula, cooling therapy for birth asphyxia, other complex procedures. We added many new services, the GI specialty clinics, the de-addiction clinic, children's development, spine unit, pediatric orthopedics, pediatric surgery, diabetic clinics, endoscopy, World Eye Bank, MRI services, and heart valve bank. The list goes on and on. The slide is not wide enough to present everything new that was started. And amongst these services, there are so many firsts. We have major milestones like the MICU and PICU extensions in the early part of this year. The newborn hearing screening service, high-quality ultrasound and radiology, ventilators, high-end ICU beds, immunization services that were expanded, EEG, EMG being measured for neurology, and the endoscopy suite. It went on to establishing our MRI, having a screening block just outside the hospital gates, a diabetes center for children, genomics lab, heart valve bank, human milk bank, and so on and so forth. Amongst these firsts, there were neonatal emergency procedures like the tracheoesophageal fistula I talked about, intestinal perforation, Wilms tumor, ureteric implantation. These are tubes that are malformed and cannot drain from the kidneys into the bladder, that those ureters have to be reimplanted. A very delicate minute microscopic surgery, various malformations, inhaled nitric oxide therapy, which is the cutting edge for respiratory care in critical care units. Other interventions like amniocentesis, percutaneous transhepatic biliary drainage, corneal transplantation, all kinds of very complex procedures have been done during this year. We had our first robotic total knee replacement surgery in September, our first robotic atrial septal defect repair in November, our minimally invasive cardiac surgery through endoscopy in December. We had randomized clinical trials evaluating stellate ganglion block or articular prolozone for osteoarthritis of the knee. So many firsts, including embolization of this vascular tumor in the left cheek, such as amniocentesis, the rhinoplasty, other ENT procedures with tracheal reconstruction, microlaryngeal excision of papillomas, newborn hearing screening, verbal therapy for postcochlear transplant, many firsts for ophthalmology, ocular surface disorder operations, therapeutic keratoplasty, trabeculectomy for a severe case of glaucoma, and the very first eye collection and transplant, which gave vision back to 2 blind people. And these go on and on. We have established our global footprint with many international patients coming to our center. The first one, or one of them, was Mrs. Josephine Ekinrilola, who came in with severe sickle cell anemia, heart failure, and underwent stabilization preoperatively, and then had a complex cementless hip replacement surgery. This mother of 3 children had not walked for 8 years before she came to us. And she is now standing, walking, playing with her children, doing her household chores. What a change. Mr. Chenglok Raman came with diabetes, obesity, metabolic syndrome. He had to undergo weight loss therapies through our dietitians and nutritionists, and then had successful knee replacement surgery. He came in almost disabled, and he has left a healthy, glowing man from Australia. We've had Mr. Tovoso Oscar from Italy, who came in with a severe tumor in his right cheek, which was a complex surgery nobody else was prepared to perform. He came here with Sadhguru's divine blessings and the delicate care that was done. His tumor was gone before he left our doors. We've had major educational events as well, including 8 continuing medical education conferences, 2 of which were international. We had 3 other research and specialty-based conferences, one of which was, again, international. So we continue to expand the impact that this little hospital, this very, very young medical college is having, located in a village in India. To look at it at a glance, again, these are just numbers, but each number represents a human being whose life has been changed, whose lives have been transformed. With one patient treated, the lives of 10 other people in their family, in their village, are also transformed. And so this impact of Sadhguru's love, channeled through all of us, through our volunteers, through our workers, even the people who built this hospital and this medical college, they put their devotion with every brick that was laid. And now that devotion and love radiates healing into all of the patients who walk through those doors. So these are just numbers, but imagine the ripple effect of these lives that are being transformed through this medical mission. while surgeons were busy operating in the OT complex, our other physicians were reaching out to communities, in various different camps. I won't read through this slide, but the list goes on, and ultimately, through our outreach efforts, 106,000 lives were touched through health education, through screening. Through various services that we could offer literally at the doorsteps of these patients. And so we've continued that in the form of training through emergency drills, nursing education initiatives, infection control, leadership development, BLS, basic life supports training for more than 1,000 hospital staff, neonatal resuscitation program that was attended by several of our NICU and pediatrics and OBGYN personnel. And so these were the goals that we had established. 1 million screenings, NABH accreditation that we are already on our way to, heart valve bank, AI-assisted trials, robotic surgeries, eye bank, expanded dialysis unit, and all of these goals have now been achieved. We look towards the NABH accreditation. The site visit will happen on January 12th and 13th, and many, many people from the nursing staff in particular are working behind the screens to come up to the quality standards that will pitch us against the topmost centers across this country. And all of these changes are occurring on a daily basis. With our research accomplishments, 17 articles were published in leading peer-reviewed journals. 4 textbook chapters were published by our scholarly faculty. The Awareness Journal, which is the official journal for our university, published its volume number 2 and obtained the ISSN number, a milestone in such an early initiation of the journal. We've established the most advanced genomics and immunology lab in the world. We've obtained 3 new national grants. Our students got ICMR grants, and 2 randomized control trials were completed. These are just a few of the research accomplishments that I could list on this slide. Here is our genomics lab showing the most advanced DNA sequencing machine to be established in this country. It is the very first installation, and this lab will become functional within the next 2 weeks. Already samples are being collected. Already institutes like the Genomics Institute at Stanford are contacting us to learn this technology, to learn this new methodology. We look forward and proclaim our intent to have Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute for Medical Sciences and Research establish 3 national centers of excellence. We will obtain research grant funding, not where we are, but exceeding or reaching up to 5 crores per year. We will develop AI-driven functions in the emergency department, the operation theater complex, and other hospital operations. We will admit at least 20,000 patients this year. Our outpatient visits will go beyond 300,000. Our intent is we will do what it takes to get NABH accreditation and benchmark our quality against national centers, leading centers in this country. Our medical students are working hard and are preparing for their exams, and I have full confidence that they will pass 100% first class with more than 50% students having distinctions. And given the number of postgraduate teaching events that were held this year, our new MD and MS students will be joining within the next few years, few days. And I'm confident with the plans for their teaching and training that have been put up, that 60% of these postgraduate students will graduate with first class and at least 10% with distinctions. This is a rare event that we will see next year for the very first batch of postgraduate students. They go through exams that are much, much more demanding than those of the undergraduate students. With this, I close. Dear Sadhguru, in service, we find purpose. In compassion, we find humanity. In our unity, we find strength. Give us your blessings to go on and exceed all of your expectations, even exceed the goals that are listed on this slide. We know that your grace, for which we are constantly grateful, will allow this to happen. In our scriptures, it says, Jitade phal man bachiye, titade Sadgur paas. A Sadguru has the ability to give whatever our minds can imagine or even dream of. All of those are available with Sadguru. So what do we ask for? Tu prabh data, daan mat pura, हम थारे भिखारी जियो, मैं क्या मांगू किछ थिर न रहाई, हर दीजे नाम प्यारी जियो. Give us the remembrance of your name. Give us the remembrance of your being and allow us to function as your instruments in this medical mission. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for that comprehensive report. We now have a short video wherein staff and faculty members express their gratitude and their experience in being a part of this wonderful mission. The video, please.
ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಕರ್ತವ್ಯ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನನ್ನ ಕೊಲೀಗ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಸೊ ತುಂಬಾ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಲಿ ಆಗಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ.
ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವೆಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗಿನಿಂದ ನನ್ನ ಜೀವನದಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಬದಲಾವಣೆ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತಾನೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. ನಾನು ಎಷ್ಟು ದಿನ ಆಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಸೇವೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ನಾನು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬಂದಿರೋದು.
As I already worked in so many corporate hospitals, but compared to there, I enjoying working here because of the good environment.
ಈ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲು ತುಂಬ ಖುಷಿಯಾಗಿರುತ್ತದೆ. ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಕೆಲಸವಲ್ಲ, ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕೇರ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿಯವರಿಗೆ ಇದೇ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 1 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಡಯಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಉಚಿತವಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿಸುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇನೆ.
ಇಷ್ಟಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ಮಾಡಿರೋದಕ್ಕೂ ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದಕ್ಕೂ ತುಂಬಾನೇ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ. ಫುಡ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆ, ಕಾಂಬಿನೇಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಮಕ್ಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಾನು ಬಂದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ 8 ತಿಂಗಳಾಯ್ತು. ಸೊ ಈ 8 ತಿಂಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ರೆಷರ್ಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವುದೇ ಆ ಥರ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಮುಂದುವರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಕೋರ್ಕೋತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
मैंने बहुत जगह काम किया है, पर इस जगह जैसी शांति मुझे कहीं भी नहीं मिली. इसके लिए मैं स्वामी और इस संस्था की आभारी हूँ.
If this institute had not come into my life, my happiness might have remained only a distant dream. I truly believe this is not just a hospital, but a divine temple of healing, hope and compassion.
ನನಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸಿದೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಕೊಲೀಗ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ.
Being here inspires gratitude in my heart every single day, and I offer my deepest gratitude for the opportunity to be a part of this noble mission.
This evening, 3 of our students will share with us their learnings and transformative journeys. The first is Ms. Sindhu Bagal. She grew up in Mumbai and is pursuing her second year BSc Nursing.
Om Shri Sai Ram. I offer my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of my master, Sadguru Shri Madhusudan Sai. Sai Ram to everyone and wish you a very happy new year. Today, I am here to share a journey, not one measured by distance, time, or destination, but one that unfolds quietly within. The great poet Rumi once said, although the path is never ending, take a step and keep walking. Do not look fearfully into the distance. On this path, let the heart be your guide, for body is hesitant and full of fear. After my father's death in my early childhood, my mother worked as a domestic help to take care of me. As it became difficult for her to look after me, she joined me in a Christian home where kind nuns and sisters supported my upbringing and education. Yet, beneath that care, there was a quiet sense of loneliness that often went unnoticed. There were many nights when I cried to myself to sleep because I do not have any family. Unable to express myself, unspoken emotions surfaced as anger and restlessness. There was a lingering feeling of being unseen and unheard because genuine care was always out of reach. That longing to be cared and care for others became the seed of my aspiration to pursue BSc Nursing after my 12th standard. However, uncertainty and high cutoffs led me to join Sri Sathya Sai Sanjeevani Hospital in Kharghar for diploma course. What initially felt like a detour slowly revealed itself as a divine direction. Within just 3 months, my potential was recognized and I was given the opportunity to pursue BSc Nursing in Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. Taking a step in faith, I joined the institution. This is an experience that deepened my trust in divine timing and guidance. Before joining this institution, I had never been exposed to bhajans, and even after joining, I initially showed little interest. In the beginning, when I was struggling and unable to cope, I felt a sense of emptiness and confusion. At that time, our warden supported me deeply. She reminded me that whatever is I am going through now will shape me one day into a stronger person. She told me to accept whatever has happened in past and let go what no longer serves me. Though the struggles made my early days difficult, they became the beginning of my inner transformation. Slowly, I grew more confident and learned the values of patience, acceptance, and love for everyone around me. As students, we are still learning, but I listen with empathy when patients often begin to share their stories, problems, and troubles. This makes them feel comfortable, heard, and genuinely cared for, which itself becomes a form of healing. This sense of compassion was further nurtured through my spiritual journey. I developed a deep sense of connection with bhajans and started experiencing their divine essence. Over time, the Ashtavakra Gita classes further strengthened me from within. Also, Swami patiently cleared our doubts and through his own experiences, stories, and interactive quiz sessions. One important quality I learned from the Ashtavakra Gita is straightforwardness. Earlier, my friends would often tell me that I am too straightforward and it made it hard for people to stay connected with me. Through Swami's guidance, I realized that being straightforward does not mean rude or rushing through interactions with others. It simply means speaking truth with kindness and maintaining integrity in thought, word, and deed. This helped me These sessions helped me to seek that inner stillness. Over the time, I found timeless wisdom in Bhaja Govindam, which Swami often quotes. Yoga ratova bhoga ratova sanga ratova sanga vihina yasya brahmani ramate chittam nandati nandati nandateva. This shloka reminds me that our true nature is to experience divine joy through constant remembrance of God. It encourages awareness of divine in every situation, bringing inner calmness, especially when things do not go as planned, and teaches me to respond with trust rather than control. What I have lived and learned from Swami finds its truest expression in these Marathi lines. ठेच लागता माझ्या पायी, वेदना होता तुझ्या हृदयी. तूच जाणतो आहेस मन माझे, ऐकतो आहेस प्रार्थना माझी. Meaning, even when my steps are wounded with pain, you feel in it your heart. You hear my every prayer I whisper, for you know my soul. Thank you, Swami, for I have found my family in you and my home in this institution. It is through this awareness I learned the true meaning of Ubuntu. I am because we are. Today I stand here not as an individual shaped by my effort alone, but as a reflection of collective love, guidance, and above all, Swami's boundless grace. For this transformation, I bow in deep gratitude to Swami and offer a prayer. Swami, wherever my eyes rest, may they recognize your presence. Whatever reaches to my ears, may it become your guidance. Whichever words arise from me, may they carry your glory. And wherever my journey leads, may every step draw me closer to you until you alone remain my destination. Thank you, Sai Ram.
Next, we have Krishna Ratan. He had joined the Gurukulam section in his grade 9 and is now in his first year MBBS. His mother serves as a teacher at the Veda Gurukulam.
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering my humble pranams at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Swami, respected elders, teachers, and all my dear brothers and sisters, a hearty Sai Ram to each one of you and a very happy new year. It was in the year 2021 when I had first joined this institution for my grade 9. From the very beginning onwards, Swami started teaching me that he is always there with me at all the situations in my life through many experiences. Recently, when I had joined our medical college, even though deep within my heart I knew that this is my path, but somewhere I still had some confusion and fear in my mind. As Swami always says, when you follow your heart blindly, you will get the answers. I did get my answers in a very unique way on our very first day of family adoption program. In the family adoption program, we are taken to the villages, and there each one of us has an opportunity to adopt few families, and throughout our medical education, for those families, we become their personal medical advisors with the help of our teachers. It so happened, on that particular day, we visited a village, and in that village, I had encountered a poor 90-year-old woman who was staying alone at her house. Meeting with this woman was an eye-opener for me, as because she made me realize that there is nothing to fear because it is Swami who is achieving whatever he wants to achieve through us. So when we went there, we started introducing about ourselves to her and explained her the purpose of our visit. And just as we were about to finish whatever we wanted to tell, she got very emotional. And I noticed that, and I just inquired her for the reason. Then she told me, it seems few days ago, through somebody she had learnt about our hospital, which provides free healthcare. So obviously she wanted to come here and get her free health checkup done. But unfortunately, there was nobody to help her come here. And the only thing that she could do was pray God. Coincidentally, or I must say miraculously, just after 3 days after her prayer, we landed up there. This made her day, and she was so grateful. This made her day, and she was so grateful. And she repeatedly kept on saying one thing again and again in Telugu. She said, "Meeru Bhagavantudi lage vacharu, meeru Bhagavantudi lage vacharu," which means that you people came like God. She was so happy, and she blessed us wholeheartedly. This incident made me understand that Swami is not making us mere doctors, but is preparing us to become change makers in the society who will be ever ready to serve the unserved, to do the undone fearlessly. My sister, who is now fortunate to be part of our college in the form of MRC program, had actually completed her MBBS in other institution outside. It is through her that I have learned that the opportunities and exposure that we receive here is not given to all the medical students who are studying outside. Here, Swami has blessed us with wonderful teachers who show great compassion towards us and pay great personal attention to each one of us. And they're very kind whenever we approach them, and they help us out. Also, the early clinical exposure that we get here in the form of family adoption program and also frequent visits to the hospital. These things help us in two major forms. One, it helps us to understand how whatever we are studying is actually applied in the hospital. And two, the most important one, is it helps us to cultivate the compassion in our hearts, and most importantly, it makes us sensitive towards the rural communities, as our hospital is based in the rural setup. But one thing what I feel is, the most unique part of our system is not in providing free education or free healthcare. The most unique part lies in inducing values to us and molding our character. It might be in the form of Paravidya, or being in the presence of many great individuals who have dedicated their entire lives in order to serve God, is helping us to develop more inner strength and faith in God, which are very important parallel to our academics. Towards the end, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to Swami for allowing us to attend the Astavakara Gita classes recently. These classes were very helpful. Personally, for me, it helped me to get clarified many of my doubts. And one idea that has deeply touched me and I'm trying to practice is to accept the things the way they are. Being in this institution, one thing I've realized for sure is that at the end of the day, whatever happens, happens because of His will and happens for our best. By this, I would like to conclude by praying to you, Swami, to bless us to walk further on this path. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
The final speaker this evening is Ms. Husna Malika. She hails from Vijaypura. She is pursuing her second year in optometry allied health sciences.
Om Shri Sai Ram, offering our collective salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved master, Sadguru Sri Madhusudan Sai. Firstly, I thank Swami for giving this great opportunity to stand here in his presence to share few of my thoughts. First, I would like to share that in many Muslim families, especially for girls, getting opportunity to study further is not always easy. But I feel extremely proud and grateful to say that I am the first person in my family to step out of my home for my higher education. This became possible only because Swami has provided the safest and a supportive environment with all the facilities. My parents would not have sent me to any other college if not for this institution. Thank you, Swami, for providing all such facilities so that girls like me who don't get opportunities can now stand on their own. This is my first experience in my hostel life. Initially, I felt it very difficult to adjust. At this moment, my seniors helped me to gain the strength by sharing their experience with Swami. At this time, I didn't know anything much about Swami. It was on 17th November 2024, I saw Swami for the first time. On that evening, everyone was waiting eagerly for Swami's arrival, and I was so excited to see him. When the doors opened and when Swami entered the hall, my eyes were fixed on him, and when Swami passed by my side, I felt goosebumps and my eyes were filled with tears. Just by looking at Swami, I realized that Swami is a living God. This is a beautiful experience which I will never forget in my life. Here, my life has undergone a deep and a positive transformation, especially through 100 days of the teachings of Ashtavakra Gita. These teachings helped me to understand myself better. Swami, you told us to take any of the shloka and apply it in our life. I have chosen this. Muktim ichhasi chetat, vishayan vishavatyaja, kshama arjava daya tosha, satyam piyushavad bhaja. These are the 5 noble qualities: forgiveness, straightforwardness, compassion, contentment, and truth. Forgiving others and letting it go has brought peace to my mind. Straightforwardness helped me to speak truth with confidence and not pleasant untruths. Contentment taught me to appreciate and to be happy with what I have instead of comparing myself with others. Above all, the teachings guided me to walk on the path of truth. After practicing these qualities, I feel so peaceful and happier than before. As a student of optometry, during my clinical postings to the Department of Ophthalmology, I learned that even the eye care carries a deep spiritual meaning. For example, cataract is like ignorance that clouds the clear vision, and the surgeon who operates is Sadguru, who removes the darkness and brings light back into our life. Refractive errors taught me that sometimes vision is blurred, not because eye is weak, but the focus is wrong. Similarly, in our life, when we lose focus on God, we cannot differentiate between right and wrong. Another problem the patients come with is glaucoma. Glaucoma is known as the silent thief of vision. In the same way, negative thoughts and ego silently steal our peace of mind if it is not detected early. Coming to the retina. Retina receives light and converts it into vision. In our life, our mind is like retina. Once the retina is damaged, no matter how bright the light is, we cannot see the reality properly. My experience in the department taught me that treating eye is scientific, but restoring vision is spiritual. Interacting with patients in the department helped me that interacting with patients in the department helped me to learn even the smallest, to be gratitude even for the smallest blessings in my life, like the ability to see, which we often take for granted. I also learned the qualities of compassion, patience, hope, and the value of service. These lessons will stay with me not only in my education, but throughout my life. Another experience I would like to share is during the holy month of Ramzan. In my family, I was very particular about fasting, and I never missed a fast. When I came to hostel, my family told me that it would not be possible for me to fast here. But it was not true at all. Instead, hot, delicious, and nutritious meals were ready for me and for another sister before we woke up. During this time, I experienced some divine energy within me which made me attend classes, clinical postings, there interacting with patients, and for evening prayers. Yet, I remained energetic and active throughout the day without feeling hungry or tired. Thank you, Swami, for that motherly care. When my parents came here to do seva for 15 days, they felt so happy and peaceful. They also began greeting with Sai Ram to whoever they see in the ashram. When I asked, "Do you know them?" they said, "No, but everyone feels like our family here." If people who came here only for 15 days can experience such peace and transformation, then imagine how blessed we students are that Swami has provided us the opportunity to serve 24/7 in many different ways. I conclude by saying that I feel so lucky that I'm growing under the divine guidance of such a spiritual master who is helping us to grow spiritually, academically, and helping us to become a better human being. Swami, please bless us to walk on your path and help us to become a useful instrument in your divine mission. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.
As part of this review event, through the next segment, we recognize outstanding individuals for their remarkable contributions to the institution through various avenues from patient care to marketing and collaborations. We begin with Sri Sathya Sai Leadership Excellence Awards. The first award, the Physician Leadership Award, goes to Dr. Padma Shri for her contributions to the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology and as the Medical Superintendent of the hospital. She has been instrumental in improving hospital processes and quality of care. The Staff Leadership Award goes to Mr. Tanmay Hegde, the Chief Operating Officer, for driving teams across diverse disciplines, departments, and stakeholders. Next, we have Sri Madhusudan Sai Physician Excellence Awards for 4 of our doctors. First is Dr. Simran Gill from the Department of Pediatrics. She also serves as the NICU Director. Our NICU is the region's most advanced and efficiently run NICU, offering cutting-edge treatment, saving countless young lives. The next awardee is Dr. A.N.V. Prasad, Head of Department, for building a harmonious and high-performing radiology department. He nurtures and mentors his juniors, not just with clinical knowledge, but also with the timeless wisdom of the Bhagavad Gita. The third awardee is Dr. Chetan Murthy from the Department of Ophthalmology. He began the eye bank at the hospital and has been performing cutting-edge surgeries for oculoplasty, glaucoma, retina disorders, including corneal transplants. Lastly, we have Dr. Neeraj Gopinath for his leadership in building the Pain and Palliative Care Department into one of the top-performing departments, bringing innovative patient therapies, designing clinical trials, publishing cutting-edge research articles, and modeling ideal professional behavior. The next category is Sri Madhusudan Sai Collaboration and Contributions Award, and the first recipient of this award is Dr. C.S. Hiremat from the Department of Cardiothoracic and Vascular Surgery. He has been instrumental in establishing collaborations with Healing Little Hearts from UK to perform over 100 cost-free heart surgeries, SSI Mantra Company to introduce cardiac robotic surgeries, among many others. The second awardee is Mr. Vivek Kumar, Director of Marketing. His untiring efforts have enabled collaborations and contributions from the Hans Foundation, the National Payments Corporation of India, and various CSR partners. Next, we have Shri Madhusudan Sai Staff Excellence Awards, and the recipients are Mr. Anil Kumar, an Accounts Manager from the Finance Department. Mr. Maheshwarappa M, Manager of the Blood Bank and Hematology Lab. Ms. Anjana Hani from the Human Resources Department, ably serving as the Employee Life Cycle Manager. The last category in the Staff Awards, recognizing nursing champions for the month of December 2025, and we have Mrs. Abhinaya S. Gowda from the private ward. Mrs. Ramya R. from the medicine ward. And Mr. Babu E. from the surgical ward. Swiftly moving on to student awards. We begin with the Certificate of Excellence for top performers of the last academic terms, Sai Skandan, who secured 83% in his first year MBBS. Rifa Ahmed, who secured 85% in her second year MBBS. From first year nursing, we have 3 students who topped the class, all of them securing a CGP of 7.73. First is Trisha M. Vandana S. and Nagarjuna CL. In the third year nursing, we have 2 students again who have both secured a CGP of 8.14. The first is Shaila N. and Swati Y. From the Allied Health Sciences stream, Sejal SV, first year Anesthesia and Operation Technology, scoring 89.2%. Asha GA, second year Medical Lab Technology with 88.5%. Vaishnavi MN, third year Medical Lab Technology with 83.7%. The next category is students who are among the top 20 scorers in the exam held on the Ashtavakra Gita. First is AV Geetika, second year AHS, AT/OT Technology. Mohit NM, third year AHS. And Dhruva Satish, third year MBBS. The last category is the Human Excellence Quotient Awards based on their conduct, behavior and adherence to institutional values. We'll begin with the girls. Vachana P, second year MBBS. Gautami Pai, third year MBBS. Dandugula Bhagyalakshmi, second year nursing. Swarna Gauri, fourth year nursing. Sanjana MS, second year AHS. Vismaya D, third year AHS. Vaishnavi MA, fourth year AHS. Among the boys, I call on stage Murli SK, second year MBBS. The next is Pavan Kumar from third year MBBS. Please come on stage. Pavan Kumar K from third year MBBS. The next is Mahesh Jalimat from second year nursing. Please come on stage. As part of the World AIDS Day, a state-level intercollegiate quiz was held last month to raise awareness on HIV/AIDS. We are happy to share that among the 325 teams from 30 medical colleges in Karnataka who had participated, 3 teams from our college made it to the top 5, including the first place, demonstrating the high standards of academic excellence. I request the winners to receive their certificates. First is Tejasa. Tushara C. And Sandhya Ragalina. We now invite the recipients of the Staff Awards to please come on stage for a group photograph. Thank you. We now call on stage all the students for the photo opportunity. May we now request Dr. B. N. Narasimurthy ji to address us, please.
There are many things that have been happening which gladden our hearts and grant us a complete sense of fulfillment. I should say that today's event is the best thing which ever happened in this place. Just now, Sadhguru was telling me, you doubted when I announced that we are going to start a medical college, how it would happen. Are you able to see how it has happened? I said something, this is something which is absolutely beyond our imagination. We see such absolute competence both in the students and the professors of the institute, and more importantly, something which has not happened in any medical institution, any medical college, is that our children, our boys and girls, are touched by the compassion of Sadhguru, and therefore they are expected to become the ambassadors of the compassion of the divine in the healthcare mission. You can't expect a boy or a girl from a medical college or a nursing college or the paramedical sciences college to speak of Ashtavakra Gita. I can tell you, with my experience in the education field, not many medical students, 99% would not have heard of anything called Ashtavakra Gita. Forget about speaking about it. And I was really overwhelmed by the presentation of Dr. Anandji. Wow. I never thought, living here also, I could never ever imagine that somebody can Stanford can come and lead our medical education mission. And all this has happened only because of Swami and absolutely nothing else. It is not only one master working, two masters, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba and Sadhguru Sri Madhusudan Sai, are working in tandem in this place so that we come to see many more wonderful things which will help mankind. See, that was the one and the only aspiration that all of us, my friends who are sitting here on my left side, the old students' home, Premamrutham, we live, we just aspired for this. But we never ever thought that it will happen in our own lifetimes. And on behalf of everybody, every one of the Tyagajivis who is here, senior Tyagajivis and others, and hundreds of future Tyagajivis I see in our students, we are very, very grateful to Swami for all that you have been doing. Thank you very much.
The need for such a person to attain moksha. He is already liberated. Such a person whose heart melts with compassion, such a person is already divine. There is nothing to achieve for that person. That is the core philosophy of our mission, more importantly the medical mission. Compassion at the core of everything that we do. And that compassion which is actionable, which can be turned into action, is true compassion. We all feel compassion in our hearts. When we see somebody struggling, we all feel, we see Papam, such a poor man, such a poor woman, poor child. But very few of us turn that compassion into action. And that is the gap. If every one of us who is capable of feeling compassion can turn it into action, a meaningful action which helps the person who is suffering or in trouble, then that compassion has value. And that compassion is liberation. So through the way to liberation is through compassion. So Dayave Dharmada Moolavaya, says Basavanna, that this is the only way. You have to have compassion, and that is true religion. There is no other religion greater than compassion. I think that is what is making this mission thrive. On this first day of the new year, the English calendar new year, I again give a call to all the people around the world to make their compassion into action. Let our compassion not remain in our hearts, but turn into a meaningful action and help so many more people. And be rest assured that your liberation is through this actionable compassion. So this is how you can find God, you can see divine, you can experience divine in everything when your heart melts with compassion, and the compassion transforms into action of service. This institution stands for that very core philosophy, that very purpose, and how wonderfully it is being executed and implemented. This program was to happen yesterday, but for some reasons it was postponed to today, but I think it was better this way. On the very first day, you see so much of inspiration happening all around you. You get inspired to do better than the last year. I think that is a good thing. So I have to congratulate Dr. Anand, who is the medical director, for having conceived this program and executed it so very nicely. He said we must recognize and acknowledge our services and also acknowledge the services of all the people who are working in this institution, especially in the medical institution. I said, of course we can do. Our plight is that we are so busy doing things that we have no time to celebrate our achievements. We are always so busy. And I think this is one such moment that we received, that we could pause for a moment and look back and really pat ourselves on our backs and even acknowledge each other for all the good that has been done in the bygone year. And I'm very happy that you took this initiative and got this all organized. And the highlight of the entire thing were not the numbers and not the future plans. I still have better plans than you, by the way, after the meeting. But the speeches that I heard from those little students of our institution, that filled my heart with so much of joy. Such clarity in their thought and such amazing concepts and ideas which only they could think of. I could never think of ophthalmology and spirituality the way it was explained this time. And I asked her, please send me the speech, I will use it someday, somewhere. It was so well designed, so well articulated. I was telling her, Adi Shankaracharya gives this example of cataract in the eye. That is ignorance. And the guru is needed to remove that cataract so that you can see things properly. And she was quoting that, and after that, so many other things, from damaged retina to glaucoma to so many other wonderful things. I have to learn about ophthalmology, but how spirituality has been intertwined with ophthalmology. And the statement of the day was, while we can heal the eyes, that is ophthalmology, but having a vision is spirituality, she says. So, all of us have sight, but very few of us have a vision. And very, very few of us have the capability to translate that vision into a mission like this and make it happen. Very, very few. Some years ago, when I first time mooted this idea that I think we must build a medical college, nursing, paramedical college, it should run free. And our Narsimurthy came to my room, very worried. I think he hadn't slept for the last 3-4 days ever since he heard that. And he came and told, how is it going to happen? It is not an easy task. It is very resource intensive. And we don't know it. First of all, we never ran a medical college. College, university, we can run. This is totally a new ball game. How will it happen? I said, even I do not know how it will happen, but it will happen. That's all I know. And he went back half sure of what I was saying. He believed that it will happen, but how? And really at that point in time, 5 years ago, I did not have an answer about how. Where the people will come from, how we will build the buildings, where the patients will come from, how we will provide the treatments, how will the students join, what will they study here, how will we build the culture of compassion in this place, and how do we run a technically very demanding institution like this. We had no clue whatsoever, but we just knew that it is going to happen, it has to happen. And 5 years down the line, you see all this has happened from the concept to the completion of this whole idea. Today it has happened, and we so many children studying here, 400 plus, and faculty, 700 plus staff in the institution, and all of them are working so hard round the clock to do good. Simply do good. There is nothing else we are doing over here. Medicine is nothing but doing good. Education is nothing but doing good. Any service that is being done here is simply being done to do good. There is no motive behind it, no agenda, no other idea or ambition. How simple. Just to do good. And that is compassion. And I think that it defines our mission completely. When I hear these people, And somebody said that I share stories from my own life, how I learned these values of compassion, kindness, and Bhagwan's ever presence, his grace, his omnipresence, how he taught me. When Krishna Ratan was speaking, I thought I would also share an incident from my school, college days. That time our Narsimurti ji was my warden, and all of us were in charge. He was in charge of the Grama Seva, which Bhagwan started. You know how Grama Seva started in Puttaparthi? One day suddenly he got up and gave a discourse, and during the discourse he said, I was reading a newspaper, and in that there was a news that a mother poisoned 3 of her children and died, and took the poison herself, and all of them died because she had no means to feed her family. In that helplessness, she killed herself and her children. And that moved Bhagwan's heart, and he said, what kind of society have we created where people are unable to feed themselves and their children are taking their lives? So he started a new initiative called Grama Seva, which happened for the first time when we were students. Narsimurti ji was in charge of the Grama Seva and making the plan and taking the students to different villages around Puttaparthi. And sometimes we would travel as far as I don't know, 8 or 10 hours to and fro to distribute prasadam from Bhagwan, which was a simple packet of food and a piece of cloth, a sari or a dhoti or something for the elderly. The question that crossed my mind was, yes, Bhagwan is very compassionate, but what would a packet of food and a piece of sari do to the lives of these rural poor? How much will it change them? And he again gave it an answer in his discourse. He said, it's not about changing the villages. I want to change you. I want to sensitize you to what rural India is going through, so that when you are capable of doing things, you grow up and you are in some position, you should have a heart to go back to this rural geography and serve those needy people. This is my real plan, to take you and expose you to what are the problems of rural India. That's all is my real intention behind Grama Seva. I also know one day if you go and give a packet of food or a sari, it's not going to change the lives of those poor people. But you would change, he said. Anyway, we went for Grama Seva, and I still didn't think much of it because we were students, and it was a nice outing for us more than anything else. It was a picnic because you would get a packet to eat yourself too on the way, and we were given endless supply of buttermilk to have it on the way because it was quite hot. Puttaparthi and those mandals around it is quite hot. So we used to go like that. Every day, group after group would go, and everybody, all boys, girls would mostly help with the preparation of the meals at the kitchen, and boys will mostly go out and distribute. Even girls would join on certain days. So everybody was involved. One day, I went to one place. I do not remember the name of the place, but it was quite far. It took 4 hours through those treacherous village roads, those bumpy roads, and we would all be sitting in canters and trucks. So there were no seats and all that, luxury seat belts, nothing. You just herded into a big truck, and there are food packets and all that, clothing and things like that, and your own food and water and buttermilk supply. And we would just go with a teacher in each truck. So we went to some village. We finished distribution. We had some idea of how many houses are there. Once we finished, we would go with crates of food, and two boys will go to each of these lanes, and they will distribute. And mostly villages were small, hardly 50, 60 houses or 100 houses at best. We would finish that. As we were returning, I just saw that there was one hut on top of a little mound, little away from the village, outside the village. Nobody noticed it, but as I was returning, I noticed it. And I told my friend who was also carrying the crate, hey, we missed that house. Let's go there. He said, that's quite up far, and we have time, we have to leave, we have to go back by evening darshan. I said, let's quickly run up to that little hill and see if there is anybody, and if there is someone, we will deliver the prasadam and come back. He agreed, said, let's have a quick dash to the hill. And we ran up the hill and went there, and there was a little hut there, and in the hut there was an old lady. I don't know how old she was, 80 years, 90 years, but she was bedridden. She was on the cot. And all by herself. There was nothing in her room except a little pot of water and a few pieces of clothing. And that's it. She was all alone. And we went there, and I told that we have come from, the Sathya Sai Baba has sent us, and here is a prasadam, and here is a sari for you. She had tears in her eyes. She said, I had seen him several years ago when he was a boy. I had been to Puttaparthi and seen him. And I always, in my heart of heart, thought about him. I never thought that one day he would remember me and send me prasadam through his students. It changed my life that day. The way she said, in Telugu she was speaking, she said, I never thought that a day would come when he would remember me, this old forsaken, forgotten lady in this little village, and send me his blessings. That really was a moment of truth for all of us, at least the two of us who stood and witnessed that. And guess what? I came back. I wanted to tell this to Bhagwan very badly that, this happened. And I want to tell you that how a lady somewhere in a far-off village remembered, was so thrilled that you remembered her. And we could deliver your prasadam to her. I know we couldn't do more than that, nor our minds could conceive what else we could do for her. We just were happy that we could do this, and we came back. And I was desperate to tell Bhagwan. But he was very busy during those times, everybody. But I got a chance to give a speech in front of him, just like this boy gave, like a student speech. And I got the opportunity. I said, this is my moment to seize. And I got onto the stage and I spoke. And I told this story, that we went to a small village and this is what happened. And I saw tears at the corners of Bhagwan's eyes. Because he was moved by that story that lady thought that Sai Baba remembered, Puttaparthi Sai Baba, that's how they call in those areas. Puttaparthi Sai Baba had remembered her. And that was that moment for her. I know we couldn't have done much, and we didn't do much also, but maybe that little thing would have given her so much of strength to go through whatever she was going through. But Sai Baba had not forgotten her. So when we do seva, the transformation that we undergo is much more than the transformation that happens on the outside. I always say, more than what seva does, what seva you do, it is important what seva does to you, how you get transformed in the process. That is the reason why we are doing this. And these are opportunities created for us all to transform ourselves. That's all is the goal of this mission. Left to ourselves, we would not turn our compassion into action. But given a platform where everybody is doing that, it's easy for us to participate. And that is what this mission is doing. So I'm so thrilled to hear all these wonderful stories, and the stories of transformation, especially when women's education, it comes to women's education. I know how hard it is in small villages and in certain communities for women to break that barrier and glass ceilings and march forward, because everybody pulls her back. And here is an opportunity, because it is free, it is secured. Parents are willing to let the girl go out of the house, out of their towns, and come this far and study. And the better part is, the parents themselves are getting transformed by doing a little bit of seva. But this makes me very happy, and I feel, yes, we are doing something right. And we feel very, very encouraged by all this. And I'm sure the stories of patients will be very heart-touching, and there are many, many, many stories out there. But I'm very grateful to all the people who are working very hard, beyond the call of duty, to do what needs to be done. And this is what needs to be done. Good needs to be done in today's society. And good is the only way to transform ourselves and the society around us. All other things won't work. Any number of debates and conferences and lectures and seminars, policy making, nothing is going to transform the society. It is this little good that every one of us is capable of doing, capable of transforming our compassion into action. That alone is the mantra for the transformation of the society. And that is given by our ancients. Tyage naiki amrutatva manashuhu. By a sacrifice alone one attains immortality. And Narayan Bhatt in his book writes, when he talks about that mighty missionary organization, he talks about village transformation. And what does he say? He says that our Tyagajivis, our missionaries, will go out into the villages and give them what they lack in terms of health, education, and other services. They will care for the sick and the needy, and then teach them the good things of life. Because when they are sick, how can you teach them anything better? They have to be treated, they have to be cared for. And he mentions that medical mission is a part of it. Original Lokaseva Vrinda, the society that was formed, its bylaws says that health for the village people also is included as a part of this mission, but that no work was being done so far. Now this medical mission has kind of filled that gap. That missing piece of the puzzle is back. And healthcare mission is now transforming the rural geographies this way. He does mention about that, and when we are celebrating this year of Madiyal Narayan Bhatt, last year the whole year was the celebration of Bhagwan. This year, this is a celebration of Madhyal Narayan Bhatt's 100th year. And this is what we are doing. We are finishing what he started. He could not finish it in his lifetime, but we are doing, this is our opportunity. And healthcare was an integral part of that missionary organization, not just the education part. And then, of course, spiritual solace to the people of the country, especially in the villages. That was his plan. And that is what is happening now, slowly, one step at a time. And when I hear these stories and I think of these children who will be doctors and future medical professionals looking after those forgotten, forsaken, rural poor, we truly will start making a difference to the society. Because rich will somehow get the service, because they can pay for it. They can borrow and pay for it at best. They can sell something and pay for it, but poor people cannot do any of it. So that is where our mission stands apart from all other missions in the world, and it is doing the right thing. It is truly doing the right thing, doing the good thing. That is why it is growing. They ask me, what is the secret of this growth, sudden spurt? Somebody came here, said, I came here 20 years ago. I came here now. I just can't recognize this place. I said, if you come next year, you will still not recognize this place. That's how we are growing, and I myself don't know what's coming next. So that is why, because there is so much of good. And where there is good, there is God. And where there is God, there is everything. Yatra Yogishwar Krishno, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruvaniti Matir Mama. Shri Krishna says, where Arjuna Krishna get together, everything happens over there. That's exactly what he said. That, like our government says, double engine sarkar, right? Like that it is running here. Your Bhagwan in front, I behind, or I front, Bhagwan behind, whichever way you put it. The train is running faster on the rails of Satya Dharma. Because of this divine intervention only, all these wonderful things are happening. I'm happy that everybody has understood this mission and they are able to practice it, implement it in their daily lives. And this happens at every level. Today we only saw the medical mission side of it, but it happens at every single level. And I hope that in coming times through the year, we can also celebrate the other missions which are running and recognize the services of those who have given their heart. These are only samples. I'm sure everybody has done the very best. But then a few people are to be recognized, and that has been recognized today. But it does not mean that others are forgotten. No, everybody is important. They couldn't have done what they have done without all of you. So we are a team, and the team wins when anybody wins. That should be the spirit of how we do things. I'm sure this year will be glorious. Many people asked me, how is this year going to be? I said, it would be definitely better than the last year, because you have become a better person, so your year is going to be better. If you haven't improved last year, good luck to you. I don't think much good will happen here. Much to do with you than the outside. You improve, the world improves around you. You attract the right energies, right people, right situations to you because you have the right mindset. And if you have a wrong mindset, you will attract all the wrong things to yourself. See, it depends on you. And it is true. So you keep yourself positive, you keep yourself good, you keep yourselves enthusiastic, and you will attract the right kind of people, situations, circumstances to yourself so that you can express that positivity through your actions. And that will happen. But whatever be the year, we should be good. Year will be automatically good if we are good. But I still wish, it's already a lot of time, I wish everybody a very, very happy and holy and a year filled with goodness and compassion, actionable compassion. And may you enjoy this year more than the last year. Every moment is to be enjoyed because this moment is a gift of God. Not everybody, the one who's lying in the ICU right now or in the emergency, ask them what it means to take the next breath, what it means for your heart to take the next beat, what it means to see the next sunrise. Ask them in the hospital and you will know how precious these moments are and you will be grateful for it. So let us be grateful for all that we have already received, much more than what we deserve. But more importantly, utilize it. That is the best way to repay the debt of gratitude to God, by using the opportunity, these moments, to the best of our abilities. To all the children and all the devotees from around the world, this is my wish and blessing, that may this year be a good year for everybody because you are good and around you goodness will happen, and that is how the year becomes good. And may we strive to do more good than what we have done in the last year so that this year is better than the last year. And surely there are many glorious things going to happen this year too. Last year was the biggest year for our mission. This year is only going to get bigger. and we will celebrate many things, and we are going to celebrate the Golden Jubilee of Sathya Sai Grama, which we haven't done during the month of July, around Guru Purnima, that time, 50 years of Sathya Sai Grama and all the services that have been provided. And again in November, apart from Bhagwan's birthday, we will also celebrate the 100th birthday of Madiyal Narayan Bhatt. And these two are two very important milestones during this year. But throughout the year, keep doing good, keep doing more good than what you did last year, so that this year is better than last year. Blessings to everyone, and special blessings to Dr. Anand and the team from the medical college. And soon PG students are going to also join us. They have already taken admissions. It's going to start any time now. And it's a milestone again. So to them also, those who are going to join, a lot of blessings. Please continue to do good. That's all is Kuru Punya Mahoratram Smaranityam Anityatam. That is the mantra for this year. Kuru Punya Mahoratram means do good day and night. Smaranityam Anityatam means always remember what is real and what is unreal. Discriminate and accordingly behave. With these words of blessings, I conclude.
सर्वसुगुण सिंहवे सकल सुजन बंधवे सर्वसुगुण सिंहवे सकल सुजन बंधवे गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् दीन दुःखित पोषकाय दान धर्म प्रेरकाय दीन दुःखित पोषकाय दान धर्म प्रेरकाय सर्वलोकहितरताय सर्वमङ्गलम् सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् वेदनादवर्धकाय विश्वशान्तिस्थापकाय वेदनादवर्धकाय विश्वशान्तिस्थापकाय ब्रह्मज्ञानबोधकाय दिव्यमङ्गलम् सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय महितमङ्गलम् सत्य साईनः प्रियाय सत्य प्रेम विग्रहाय सत्य साईनः प्रियाय सत्य प्रेम विग्रहाय नित्य शुद्ध निर्मलाय नित्यमङ्गलम् सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय नित्यमङ्गलम् सद्गुरवे मधुसूदनाय नित्यमङ्गलम् जय जगदीश हरे स्वामी सत्य साई हरे भक्तजना संरक्षक भक्तजना संरक्षक पति महेश्वर ओम जय जगदीश हरे शशिवदना श्रीधरा सर्वा प्राणपति स्वामी सर्वा प्राणपति आश्रित कल्पलतिका आश्रित कल्पलतिका आपद्बान्धवा ओम जय जगदीश हरे माता गुरुदैवं पर्यन्तयु नीवे स्वामी पर्यन्तयु नीवे नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नाद ब्रह्म जगन्नाथ नागेन्द्राशय ओम जय जगदीश हरे ओजस्वी साई महादेवा सद्गुरु साई महादेवा मंगल आरती मंगल आरती समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्त लोका सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति 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 जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की जय बोलो सद्गुरु श्री मधुसूदन साई जी की जय।